All right, there we go. So, all right, so I made an indicator trend candles right here, and then trend candles OI, which is outside bar and inside bar. So I posted both of these scripts in the um, where is it? In the trading resources, so you guys can just copy and paste it and use it. Because I don't want to. Because I guess if I don't do anything original or something, they don't let me do it. So the trend candles are this is the exact same code I think as the trend candles from Tradeovate. So there's just two colors. If it closes over the previous high, it's bright green. If it closes under, it's bright red. Otherwise, it's your default candle settings. So you could do, your regular green and red or whatever. So your bright green is your trending candles. Bright red is your, um, well, actually, I'd have to do a lighter red or darker red, I mean. So this is the Tiki trend from Tradeovate, pretty much. I think it's the exact one, isn't it? I don't think there's anything different about it. So that's that one. Um, and then I also gave the code for this one. And this one's kind of like the one that I sent out to everybody, where so it has the trending candle up. So the first color is the candle closes over the previous high, so it's bright green, so it's trending. Second color is closes under the previous low, bright red. Yellow is an outside bar, so we break the previous high and low and close on the inside of it. The light blue is still a trending candle that
My
makes
class.
a higher high, but doesn't close outside of it. And then the dark gray or this dark burgundy is a red candle that breaks the previous low but doesn't close outside of it or underneath it. And then white is an inside bar. So these ones can be changed too. Like I think I think for me, because this is going to just be for entries mostly, I want pretty much just the trends either way. And then I'm looking for an opposite color once we get to a higher low. So like on a pullback, I'm looking for a green or a yellow to get long and a break over the high. And then up top, I'm looking for a red or a yellow to get short. So I posted both of those scripts in the trading resource. You guys can alter them or kind of mess with them. But yeah, so I think that solves that.
This might be a dumb question, but how do you add scripts to TradingView? I'm not familiar
So
with.
so you're gonna go to, let's see, you're gonna just go to Pine Editor. I think what I did was I took like a previous one already, so I just like had one that was already out there. It doesn't really matter what it is, and then you come over to it, and I went to source code, and then I just deleted everything, and then so I would delete the whole thing. Oh, I'm in read only. Oh, it's locked. Let's see. All right, how do we make a brand new one then? You should be able to go to Pine Editor.
If you go to the Pine editor, I think go over to the that on the side, and then you just save as. So if you just like
That
save
okay,
as and
yeah,
then make it a new name, yeah, and then you can put in all the stuff.
right. So then you say okay, yeah. So then you save as your own, and then you can go back and just take everything out and then copy paste the script in there.
Okay, cool. I'll give it a try right now.
Cool. So yeah, so that should be cool this week to give that a shot. I think that'll be pretty nice. Um, let's see. So those are the indicators. Yeah, use them however you want. I don't know if they copy over to Thinkorswim. I don't know their language they use or anything, but it's probably a little bit different. but it might be something close. And then, yeah, let's go. What else? I think that's it. So the way I plan on using it is, like I was saying, on a pullback, I'm waiting for either a yellow or a green candle to print because that shows a higher high being printed, and then taking the break of it. So like on this pullback, I would be taking this long right here with a stop under the low and then targeting, the next level or whatever. I think that's everything. And I'll probably, what I'm thinking about doing is only putting this on or only showing those candles on like the 3 and 5 minute. So if you go to the settings of it too, you can change it where it only shows for the like 1 to 5 minute or something. So then if I'm looking at a higher time frame, then it's just going to show the regular candles. Change this really quick. Why is that green so dark? Yeah, so. All right. So going over the week then. I know we have a bunch of earnings. So let me go over economic calendar. So Monday, Dallas Fed manufacturing. That one's, I think, decently impactful. Damn, we have a ton of stuff this week. So we got that. Unemployment. What is unemployment cost index? I don't know if I've ever or unemployment cost. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Are the strongest snoozes like highlighted? Is that what that means?
So I usually filter on the 2 stars and up because the 1 stars are nothing really. So the 2 stars are like the most. So like the ones that are highlighted in red are the most. So like we got the Fed rate, FOMC at noon on Wednesday, JOLTS and ISM. Damn, we got a ton of stuff on Wednesday.
Dude, this week's gonna be fucking crazy.
I know. So we got Chicago PMI. I don't know how the unemployment cost impacts anything. I feel like I've never seen that. Dallas Fed manufacturing, that caused a little jump too. And then the jobless claims, and I think you said non-farm. Damn, like every day is something crazy.
Yeah, we got FOMC too.
I know.
That one's gonna be good.
Are they anticipating 50 points or 25? Do we know?
So the market's priced in 25. We just need to pay attention to what he's gonna forecast for future meetings. If he says anything across the lines of, yeah, we raised 0.25 and we feel like now it's appropriate to pause for future meetings, then we're gonna get a severe rally.
That's
if he says anything along the lines of, yeah, okay, we raised 0.25 today and we're not sure about future meetings, we need to see how the CPI reports play out. But if they play out,
we empty?
Huh? Wait, hello?
I think he was just, I don't know.
Oh, so if he says like, yeah, depending on, economic reports or whatever it is, if we feel the need to keep raising, then we'll keep doing that. Then we're gonna flush pretty hard.
So as long as it's 25 basis points, not 50, because 50 will probably flush it right off the bat, wouldn't it? I'm guessing.
So yeah, if he does 50, then the 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock candle for you, or would it be 12 o'clock candle for you?
12 for me.
So 12 o'clock, that 12 o'clock candle for you. I'll just speak in New York time. So if the 2 o'clock candle, 2 o'clock Eastern, if we get 50, we're gonna dump pretty hard. However, if he says, it all just depends on what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna see the majority of the move. They usually say the candle at 2 p.m. the release, is usually a fake. Like I've never seen that first candle go green like aggressively, followed by more continuation to the upside. I usually just see a fat red followed by a reversal and then an end of day rally.
I mean, it used to do that back when they were cutting rates. Oh man, it would just go straight up the entire time. It was so easy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of anticipating him just saying, we're gonna raise the 25, and then we're gonna just see what happens in the future, because he never puts out anything that says like, yes, we're gonna do this in the future. No, we're not gonna do that. He's just always super vague.
Yeah, and also I feel like a lot of the Q&A is going to be important too, where they say, "Well, Powell, today you raised 0.25. Do you see pausing being a possibility?" And if he says yes, I do think pausing is a possibility. Oh my God, dude, that's when everything's just going to go nuts.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just wait and see. I think Monday and Tuesday is probably going to be a couple of pullbacks,
A little more chill.
or move up into that 4,100 area, and that's the liquidity that we might need for Powell to bring us down if he wants to correct the market's behavior. I mean, who knows, right? So
And then
we'll see.
Earnings. I don't know if anyone's planning on playing any stocks or if we even trade stocks anymore, but
Screw that.
AMD. Let's see what's on Monday. Nothing really big. AMD on Tuesday. That'll be McDonald's, Caterpillar. Those will be decent. Spotify. Meta's on Wednesday. What else we got? Amazon. Oh, Amazon, Apple, and Google on Thursday. Shit. That's a big one.
Oh, wow.
Then Friday.
Maybe an FOMC pump on Wednesday. Trap all retail. Amazon, Apple, and Google report bad earnings and drop us.
Dump on. I could definitely see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw the chart that Burry posted, but it looked exactly like 2001, 2002 chart. See if I can find it really quick. Where we like broke the overall downtrend line, but then it just dumped afterwards. So it like looked good that we were breaking, we were going to keep going up, and then it just tanked.
Yeah, the market's not going to return to that bullish trend until a couple months after he pivots.
Well, normally it's after the pivot when the market makes its new lows.
That's what I mean. So
like, yeah, once it all catches up. I'm trying to find the Burry post. I don't know if I can find it. Hold on.
we're up a little bit right now on the futures for the open already, but I don't really care about what happens right now.
Right.
The trading at these times, like right when the futures market opens, is just kind of risky because everything's just slow poke.
I mean, it doesn't really move too much, except when Microsoft was doing their thing and they reported like the guide down, or I don't even know.
Oh yeah. I scalped that one. That was good.
It just sold off so much. That was just unreal.
Also, in regards to CPI, I know you don't really like playing that anymore, but
Definitely
I think this next one is going to be the one that me and you were talking about in terms of the market cratering.
I mean, if it comes in higher.
Oh, it will. It will, dude. The price of eggs is screwing with everything right now because you got to factor in the price of eggs is making chicken costs go up. Anything with chicken is going to be going up in price, and more that will lead to more consumer price going up. So
why are eggs
more
even
spending.
pricey? Like what the hell's going on? I don't even know.
It's the bird flu.
Oh, is there?
And they're killing all the chickens. Yeah.
Great.
And dude, you got to think, man, eggs, chickens, that's a very big part of the world. So if that's going up, dude, they're also expecting, because of the way commodity prices have been going up that lead the CPI usually, they're also expecting that to be an indicator that the CPI is going to come in hot. And if it does, this is going to be the one where we plummet like 500 points on NQ probably.
When is CPI? Is that next
couple weeks?
That's next week. The Valentine's Day. Oh man.
And keep in mind,
It's gonna crush some
everyone
hearts.
right now, is so fixated on this rally. Dude,
I don't understand. Like nothing's changed. Like I don't know.
that's my point.
It's
That's my point.
stupid. It's because
And
like
they're all blindsided by this rally. And then they get that fucking hot CPI report. Boom. There we go.
everyone's just excited that we broke this little trend line.
Yeah. Well, we could always get pulled back into is what they don't understand.
I wish I had that screenshot. I can't find it, but pretty much the post that Michael Burry posted it looked exactly like this, and we basically came up here, kind of went flat, and then we just tanked, and then we just fell off a cliff. So
We could definitely see that being a possibility. Yeah. FOMC gives us a rally for a couple days. And then CPI fucks us. It could be some. I mean, I don't know.
yeah, we'll just play it. But
Yeah, play it as we see it. But I'm definitely going risk off tomorrow and Tuesday.
yeah,
Or just like maybe one lot max. I don't want to size up before FOMC. But come FOMC, if we get that power move from Powell, then I'll be sizing up on that for sure.
because we did get a nice bounce right at the fib levels here too, like right at the golden pocket. Just a little run up, bounce up, and then I don't know what this one.
Dude, most of this stuff looks like a melt up.
It's not even big. It's like we're just slowly grinding up. But so like to me, it like feels like they really have to like grab the liquidity because like have these really like steep sell-offs to get people short and then pump it up because I feel like no one's really buying it, you know? Like it's not like
They're
we're just
not.
trending up like strongly. Like this was super weak, sold off, and then I think this was just kind of catching everyone off guard because
Yeah.
they thought we were rejecting the trend line, so everyone was short, and then it
You
just
see
kind of
that?
squeezed up.
You see your value gap?
Which one? Right here?
Where the no. Go down to the left where the demand zones. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I got one there and kind of one here.
Well,
too.
it would be to the bottom of the Yep, there you go. It's a nice fair value gap.
Yeah,
Personally, not something I play, but it's cool to know.
Right.
I don't want to mix up the system. But there's a nice demand zone down there as well. It's cool.
I know. That's what I was gonna go over. I was gonna do see what levels we have because we covered news data. We got news pretty much every day, so that's gonna be interesting. And then earnings Thursday's kind of the big day. It seems like.
NQ kind of collapsing right here on the 1 minute chart. Looks pretty aggressive for pre-market or overnight session.
Yeah, let me chart some levels and let's see what we got. So we got so supply zones. Go to smaller time frame. Kind of something down here.
I'll mute myself.
Up top, I don't really. There's not a lot. There's really not much besides this. That'd be pretty wild if it went almost up to 13,000 on NQ, but that's pretty far off. But there's not like anything there, so.
I have a 30-minute at 12,283.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
No,
it's right at 12,286, 280. Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Let me double check. What date do I have that from?
13th.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because this was the CPI the sell-off after CPI.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, it's not the best. I don't like it because of that wick.
Look, you just eat too much chips.
No, last time I used it.
The hell, Migs? I'm gonna mute you. Yeah. I mean, I like that area because we shot up straight
Yo,
into it and
Ben,
just
can you
sold
mute
off really
Migs?
heavy. Oh shit, we're like right at it. Okay, so let's go over. That's pretty much all I got for like zones and stuff. I mean, there's something
Dan,
here too, but
can you mute Migs?
I did.
All right, thanks.
So we actually
Yes,
hit it. I didn't even
30
realize
minutes.
that.
Yeah, we moved up into it on Friday. A little bit of a double top in there, kinda, and moved down.
There's something here too.
What's the? Is that a demand zone?
Yeah,
Would you still consider it one, even though it's a green base?
yeah. Based on how we
Okay.
do it now, just pretty much the small candle prior to like the larger, because like this is the start of this big move up.
True. Yeah. So in that
So
area, you'll see. I mean, you also have a fair value gap in there.
right, like pretty much this whole thing all the way down.
There's two of them.
Yeah. So okay, then let me do the levels for. Because I think the levels line up pretty good too. So we got one here, 12, 158, and then you got one up here in this zone. So that lines
Are
up.
those the rake levels?
Yeah.
So with the rake levels, it's just basically where you see the where those two parts of the candle are like the same kinda.
So it's basically where you see like a change of color. So anything like anywhere that there's like a shift in the trend,
Oh,
you would
okay,
mark it.
okay,
So it's just like a trend shift.
okay. And what are you doing at these levels? Are you shorting? Are you longing? Are you taking profit there?
Um, all of the above. So they're pretty much
Okay.
just areas of interest to look for, like a
Hmm.
trade or to take profit at.
Okay. So seeing this rake level right now, so you have one at the high and the one at like right now we're in the middle of two of them. What are you doing here?
Nothing. So you basically wait for a level to hit, kind of like a zone, and then you
Okay.
kind of gauge the reaction based on like the overall trend and everything. So we're trending up. I think we're going to pull back a little bit. So I wouldn't. So like I would wait for like price to get down here. So we got what like 60 points to go, which really isn't that bad. You could probably do that overnight. And then
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting maybe a little more of a pullback since we've gone just straight up so much. So maybe looking for like a short sign here to either to go down into here and then possibly here.
Would you also consider that a demand zone?
The
Rally
lines,
based rally.
yeah. But let's see the 30-minute. So I also was kind of using like the 30-minute a little bit
Okay.
if there weren't any
For the
good
rake
ones. So
levels.
sometimes, yeah. Normally
What
not
is
so
it?
much.
What is it most favored on?
So he only marks them on the 1 hour.
Okay.
So he just puts regular trading hours on and then goes to the 1 hour. And then you're just looking for either gaps or places where there's a trend shift. So you kind of pulled back here and pulled up, and then you mark the higher low or the open or close of the candle that shifted the trend. So this green one shifted the trend back to bullish. So that's the level you'd mark.
Got it.
And they normally line up pretty well with our zones. So you see like there's a zone up here, zone down here, and they line up pretty well.
Got it.
And then you would take them out if there's a candle body close on the 1 hour through the zone. So say like if this was a zone, since we had this closed through it, or since if this was a line or like a level we were looking at, and you have this candle that closes through it, then you take it out. So it's no longer. So it's basically like when a zone gets breached by the
Got it.
price, then you take
So
it out.
now, like, if we get a massive green candle after this red one pushing into that rake level, you'll get rid of it.
If it if it wicks over it and comes back, then no.
But if it closes over it, you get rid of
Right.
it.
So
Got
like
it.
technically, so like on these gaps, he usually marks them too. So like if you have a gap down, like
Okay.
that would be a level, but then this one closes over it, so it's gone.
Got
But
it.
this one shifted the trend, and technically, like this was kind of a pullback, and then this shifted the trend, but there's no close through this, So this would be a level. So like see how we pulled back, literally ticked right at it because it's still valid, and then bounced off
Yep.
of it.
Okay, cool.
So that was like a really good. That was like perfect. You literally tick at it and then you go.
Oh yeah, and you could use VPA.
Right.
Kinda.
I mean, I was using the buy and sell signals down here. So you basically get your green candle that closes over the high. You would take this long with a stop under the low. And
You wouldn't long the close of the red candle?
No. So based on like the Al Brooks type of stuff and like with the trend candles that I made,
Got it.
you're waiting for a lower, so on like a short, you're waiting for a lower low to print and then you short the low of it. So you're waiting for the
Okay.
trend to basically shift on the smaller time frames. So like on this one, you're still making a higher low, higher low. Now you make a lower low, so you're shorting this candle and you stop you short the break of the low of this candle and then with a stop over the high. So it's just a one candle stop and then write it down or up into your level. So like that's how he like that's how he can risk like, you know, he risks like 3,000 to 5,000 on a trade and makes like $25,000 because once you get it, like this one, I mean, if you hold through the whole thing, you're getting like a 5R, 6R trade, you know. So if you risk,
but you have to hold it for
right.
You have to hold it for a couple hours, probably though. Yeah.
So and pretty much he just holds from one line to the other because that's where price pretty much moves.
So and you line that up with the demand zones, it's kind of pitch perfect.
Yeah, I mean they usually line up with the zones super well. So really, normally I don't even mark the zones much anymore, just because I know they line up so well. So
yeah. NQ breached the low of the open here.
Jonathan sent it. Thank you, Jonathan. This is what he posted, where we like had this downtrend. You broke it here, and then you fell off your cliff.
Oh wow!
It looks just like 2001 or 2002 or whatever.
He did say he's short, so
of course he is.
He's just waiting for a massive. What's it called? He's waiting for like a massive break in the system.
Right. Thanks, Jonathan. Jonathan's ended a fair value gap on MES up to the weekly, 42.20.
Getting active here. Man, I hope it's not another one of those fucking days where we open down 200 points. That shit's annoying.
I know, because you're like, well, do I long it or do I short it?
Yeah, and like even if it hits a zone or anything, it's kind of hard to even make out what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
Usually on days like that, I stay away, dude. Once we make a whole night's move,
I know.
I mean a whole day's move overnight, I'm just like, all right, dude, fuck this. This is where they get you.
Right. So that's NQ. I don't think there's anything else to mark really. You have a bunch of levels right here. Once we start breaking down like 11,850, we're gonna tank. I think there's really not much stopping us.
I like that bottom line that you have there. The bottom rake level for a short.
This one. So yeah, so we have a level down here too. But yeah, I think from like 850 down to 650, there's not much holding the market up. I mean, even if you go to the 30-minute, there's probably looks like there's maybe something here at 700-ish, 750 maybe, but looks like you can catch probably about 100 points each time the level breaks. ES, let me chart ES super quick. Man, we really sold off at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
So I usually mark the gaps too. So like this was the previous day, and then we gapped down a little bit. I know he has different rules on marking it. I usually just mark the gaps, no matter what. because his rule is if it has to be a green to red gap or red to green. I don't know. I think just marking either one works because like here, like you came back and got the retest on it. That was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So like this would be your long signal. So you wait for, so these are all red, red, red. You get your first high, you long the break of that with a stop under the low, and then you're good to go. Never comes back.
Kind of off topic. Have you looked into the taxes for futures? Because I know like tax season's coming up and stuff.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple to me.
It's better. It's way better than options, dude.
Yeah. So like the options are pretty much taxed like a regular job, like a 9 to 5, where 60% of the futures are taxed as like a long-term gain, basically. So it
Yeah,
saves
so
you some money.
60%. Like if you gross 100K, 60% of that's taxed as long term. 40% is taxed under whatever income tax bracket you fell under for making 100 grand, which would be 12% probably.
Right. So yeah, it's
So
definitely
either way,
definitely
you're
better.
paying less.
Way less.
Oh, wish we knew about that sooner, man.
I know, right? So these are my levels on ES then. I'd probably put one here too. This looks like it's kind of like a rally-based rally. So you got, I mean, there's a bunch of levels here. And then zones, I don't know what zones we have. Looks like there's something here. Lines up. That's the previous day low too, it looks like. So might see something where we break that low because there is kind of like a fair value gap right here too.
Yep.
And I kind of like this wick up top. Like we didn't really get that much higher previously, so. And then
You don't really play fair value gaps, right? That's more like Nick's thing.
Not really. I mean, I kind of take note of them, but since I've been doing like the rake levels and stuff, it's really pretty much like I just wait for a level to get hit and kind of base it on the trend whether I'm looking long or short, and then just take a long or short based on the candles.
Okay, got it. You had a rake level down there as well. Go back to the previous one. Or what time frame were you looking at?
So it has to be on regular trading hours.
Oh, okay.
So
if I'm using Thinkorswim, no extended overnight session, right?
Right. And then you have to click a box that says like start the aggregation at market open.
Okay.
Because like here's another one too where you gapped up, you came back and tested the level, and then kept going.
And you would long at the close of that green candle right after it.
No, so this is the 1 hour. No, if I was playing this gap up, I would, let me see. Let me go. If you're playing the gap up, I'd look at the 3 minute to get long. So I'd get long on the first green candle that prints above the previous high. I'd get long here, stop under the low, and then yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they seem to work out pretty well. I know a few guys have been using the entry candles and stuff, and they've been working really, really well. And it's nice because you can keep your risk really tight. You know, this is only like a 7-point risk on ES for, I don't know how high it goes, but definitely get like 2 to 1 minimum, if not more.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much just waiting for the levels. That's all I got really. Anybody want to chart any stocks? Anybody looking at any stocks? Or any questions or comments on the week?
Look at Tesla on the daily, dude. It looks like a fucking melt up, man.
Oh shit. Damn that volume. Holy shit.
Dude, it's a fucking melt up. There's no way this holds.
Whew.
Yeah. That's a melt up if you ask me. And if you look at Nvidia and Meta, they both have the same exact charts.
Yeah, they're actually making a new high on the weekly. Like
Yeah.
a higher high. Holy shit.
But they're pushing into that liquidity area. So go back on the so you see you have a huge fair value gap right there from if from the sell off, the first
Oh,
low, yeah. So
up here.
that's, I feel like that's the liquidity area that we need, that you've mentioned before. Like NQ needs it at certain level, and ES the
Right.
4100 area.
Where if
I
there's a
feel like
zone
we're
up
gonna move
here.
up into there to get more people trapped, and then that could be the start. I do think it's a melt up in play, like for sure.
Yeah, we're not far off. I mean, this looks kind of like a distribution zone right here.
Yep.
Because, like, if you, let me do something. Yeah, so we're above this volume, and then you got like this massive volume here. So
So
for
that green versus red, that's interesting. So that green versus red volume, is that telling you buyer favored or seller favored, or it's just
no, this is the what do they call it? Value area. So this is where 70% of the volume occurred over this range I marked out. So like the value, so like we just broke the value area of this whole
got it?
range basically, and there's nothing really stopping us from going up a little more. It looks like so, but
But
once
if
you
we get
get
above
here,
that,
this is going
if
to
we
be
get
tough to
above that
break.
area, yeah, if we get above that area, that's when it's like, okay, now this is getting interesting in terms of trend change.
Right. Let me go. Let me go back to NQ and see where we're at on that too. I mean, there's not a. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's that liquidity with the valley.
I would be shocked if we got to 13,000, but I mean, there's not a lot. Let me see how far back. Yeah, the volume just tapers off once we get above where we're at, like 12,500, like 12,600, and then you just drop off until
Yeah,
12,9.
and you got a daily supply zone there too.
I was gonna say this.
Pineapple
I wouldn't
ES.
doubt if this is where we top out at.
I could definitely see that, and then just instant start of the next leg down.
Because like I think Jonathan was saying too, with the value gap right here, dude, this thing's massive.
That's yeah, and that's where algos are going to print price lower. I mean, we're in it already. We've rejected so far. The 2 times we've entered in it, we've rejected so far. That's why I kind of find it hard to believe that we're going to rally on FOMC. I could see a sell off, but fuck.
I mean, look at this.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of where like I used like the volume profile just to see where all the volume came in. But yeah, it looks like if we can start breaking this wick, yeah, you're probably gonna fill it at least to like 12,500. I think
Yeah, it's a great way to trap everyone.
definitely. What about ES? Just gonna go back. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Something big up here.
I already got through that fair value gap.
I know this one already fit. I mean, yeah, there's really not much to fill on ES.
It's been the weaker link as well.
Yeah, I'm shocked Tex is so weak. I feel like people are going like risk on, and I'm like, why? That's stupid. I mean, that's all I got really. I think going in the week, let's see, what does the weekly look like? It's a pretty strong candle. I mean, you got pretty much have like a rally base rally that we were looking at last week. But you do
Are you
have to
expecting
you do have to clear
continuation?
this wick. I mean, as of now, I mean, it looks good for more upside. I don't see why not.
As long as we're above that trend, yeah, and we're trading outside bar.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's a perfect rally base rally.
I like not yesterday's, sorry, last week's high. Where is that at? The high was 12,308 was the high. Oh, so it's Friday's high. Yeah, I like above that, man. I think, we hold above 12,200, making a move up to 12,300, I do think. Well, here's the only problem actually with that is if we move up to 12, if we move up to yesterday's high, that's going to be 100 and something point move on the day. So I'm not really expecting much continuation after that.
I mean, but I mean, the average range right now per day is 260 points. So,
True.
but yeah, kind of like you're saying, like if we can get above 12,300 ish, I mean, you're gonna probably squeeze some people that shorted up here
Yeah, and I do think
on
that liquidity is
CPI.
going to get taken. I do think that liquidity will get taken, and I think it could be FOMC that does it.
Let me see.
I
Yeah, I could definitely see that because I'm trying to look at where the next level is. So you got a level here, 12,455, and then
just the gap.
yeah, the gap down, and then I'd probably mark these two. So once you get over 12,300, you could hit 450. I think pretty
Yeah,
easily.
I think we do that FOMC.
Yeah, it looks good. So yeah, so that's levels to the upside. 450, I like it. 300 to 450, that would be a nice trade. I was gonna look at Apple too, just kind of like the overall market leaders. See what they're doing. Damn, that's a nice like V shape. God damn. Dude, straight down, straight up. Apple's strong. Holy shit. It looks like I think you're gonna get some pullback here. But sheesh. Dude, Apple's a beast. Looks like there's some liquidity at 150. That makes sense. Round number. I mean, but Apple can do this. Like, we've definitely seen Apple just go straight up before. Damn. It's going to be an interesting week, that's for sure.
Yep.
I don't really have anything else, man. I'm just pumped to get back to it. Anybody else have anything?
I'm just honestly risk off until FOMC. As long as we're trading inside bar, then I mean, I do think FOMC is going to be the only thing that can move us out of that bar, especially on the weekly. So
Yeah.
probably just wait for that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think going into Monday, I'm looking for a pullback into 150, maybe even like 100 area, just because this is a big area because like if you even just chart the day, so you got volume here at our level. Looks like there's some here. Let me see. Drag this over. Look how well, yeah, look at that zone. There's a huge 12,100. You might catch a bounce there.
Yep. And then FOMC could give us that final push out of that bar area.
Look at the volume here too. Literally right at the level. Dude, that thing's massive. So pretty much anywhere like 12,000 to 12,050. If you give that up, you probably drop into at least 100 points, I would think. But that's a pretty big line in the sand, I think, now that we're over it. But that volume is massive at that level. It's 12,047. So something to look for. Cool.
It's a very balanced pre-market.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just basing out and then rock it. But I'm pumped for these buy and sell candles. Should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. I'll watch it with you. I'll still keep my scalp levels on watch as well, where we could see movement.
Word. Anybody else have anything? Sounds like no. Yeah, so we'll get to it. Sweet. Well, I'll see you guys Monday morning then.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
bro.
We'll see you.